Hello, I'm Ian Cook, and I'm here to interview my father, Kevin Cook, who is a teacher at Lake Windward Elementary School in Fulton County.
Go Gators!
First of all, what is your view on Common Core? Is it an asset, a hindrance, or somewhere in between? Well, obviously somewhere in between, but is it more of a hindrance or an asset?
I think that Common Core is more of an asset than a hindrance.
Why?
I think that the emphasis on having students actually apply what they learn is what education is all about, what it should be for. If a third grader knows how to multiply a three-digit number by a two-digit number, but they have no idea what the number means, but they get the right answer, that's okay. But having them be able to explain, understand why a number, what it means, is so much more important. So I think application is critical, and Common Core really emphasizes that.
Do you think it's preparing children more for the workforce? It's like making them more prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's making them apply what they've learned into real life situations.
A couple of years ago, we had the pre-Common Core curriculum. How do you think the pre-Common Core curriculum compares to the Common Core curriculum now? And did your classroom get better or get worse because of it?
Before Common Core, Georgia, since I've been teaching in Georgia, there have been a number of standard systems. One of them was the QCCs, and the QCCs was described as being 3 miles wide and 1 inch deep. It was so much curriculum that it would take a child 15 years to be able to get to finish all of the curriculum from kindergarten through 12th grade. But then the Common Core, it's doable. The child can get through. It's harder. It is more harder.
More rigorous?
More rigorous, a lot more rigorous.
These days, curriculum is shifting all the time. Like, you said that we had the QCC and then we changed it again, and now it's Common Core. Do you think this is more likely to stick, or will it change in a couple of years? What do you think?
I've been teaching for 20 years, and education is like this great big clock pendulum. It goes back and forth. When I first started teaching, the emphasis, or the way to teach reading was called whole language, which was just let the child experience language as they go, and then they shifted from that back to phonics, to teaching rigorous phonics. They would learn all the sounds of the language and reading them. And I'm sure that Common Core will go that way also. It'll be the current fad, and then it'll change to being something new. But I hope that this will stick around for a while. Common Core will stick around for a while.
Is it like really different than you have seen in the past? Or is it like, has there been something that's similar to this?
There's been similar things. I taught in California, and they had state standards, and they were pretty good. I think Common Core is another reason why Common Core is good is because it's many states have adopted it. I know some states have dropped out of Common Core, but many states still have Common Core, and I think that is helpful for going across state lines. If a child moves from Georgia to Virginia, I'm not sure if Virginia has Common Core still, but if they move states, then there's a good chance that if they were doing long multiplication in 3rd grade here, they will also be doing it there in Virginia. Prior to Common Core, it didn't. There was no consistency across the states.
this pertains to you as a special ed teacher, but the Georgia milestones will be harder to grade than the CRCT because like a computer did it last time, but these will have to be done by hand. But it actually shows how much the student has learned and what they need to learn more of and stuff like that. Do you think it's the extra time spent grading the test is worth it, or what do you think would be a better option, or do you think a computer could grade it?
Well, for CRCT or other tests where it's a multiple choice test, they are graded virtually instantaneously. You stick the paper in the machine and it zips through and reads incorrect all the way through. It's really fast. There's no error when it comes to that, but if a child is a good guesser, then you could have a student that's doesn't really know what they're doing. They're guessing really well. So it's fast and it's less expensive to grade a test like Georgia Milestones. As far as I know, as much as I know about it, it will be more expensive and more subjective. The test grader will it'll be subjective. So you could potentially have somebody who is not grading consistently a written answer. So there is some more human error, and I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a brand new test for the whole state. And I'm in Fulton County, and we don't know anything about it either. So you guys, Forsyth County is also learning about it.
Yeah, it's new for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Common Core initiative is really worth it? Like, is the quality of learning better, and is that a good thing? I mean, obviously it is, but if it's better. But do you think what we were doing last year was working and we just switched it for no reason? Or do you think this will improve it overall, or what?
I think that Common Core is a good thing overall, and I think it's going to be, as we go on, if we can stick to it and not have that pendulum swing away from it, I think it will be beneficial for students. It'll be harder. It is harder, but I think overall it's better for students, for society, to have students coming out of school that can read and write, and more importantly, think.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is? Do you like it when the pendulum swings this way, or do you like it when it's like more strict curriculum?
I like it when the pendulum stays in one spot.
Yeah.
I get tired of the constant change in education. I wish that what I've seen in my years of teaching is that consistency, it's not a program, it's not a system, it's consistency of the teacher. That really is a huge determiner of if they're a successful teacher. And I've seen teachers who, like I said before, the whole language concept, teachers who get great results with their students, and they just do that immersive whole language experience, and their kids can read and do great. And I've seen teachers who do the whole very strict phonics thing, and they're successful with getting their kids to read. Completely different systems.
You just need to stick with one thing.
Stick with one thing and get good at it and believe in it, and quit changing the whole system every 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. The wise words of a t-shirt: those who can teach, those who can't make laws about teaching.
True that.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.